everybody, and welcome to the Rugged Ronnie Show. Thank you for tuning into this podcast today as I and my beautiful wife, Melody, who is here with us, say hello.
Hello!
Today we're going to be discussing WWE's 2018 Extreme Rules pay-per-view.
Yes, I'm excited.
I am excited too.
These are our predictions, right?
Yes.
We're telling our predictions, what we think.
Ready to break this down. Is it all right if we just get right into it?
Sure, I'm ready.
And because you're here, we're going to start with a match that interests you a lot. Roman Reigns versus Bobby Lashley.
Oh, yeah, baby. I'm excited. First of all, if you're new for this podcast, I'm excited because Roman Reigns is my favorite wrestler. He is very booed on stage. A lot of the community does not like him, only because WWE does push him in ways that the community does not like.
He's not the only one.
I know there are many that are pushed, I can say. However, I am going to go for Roman Reigns. I am excited because I think that Roman Reigns is going to claim his yard.
Now, I tend to agree with you, actually, 100%. If Roman does not win this match, how can he still claim that it is his yard? I'm not saying there won't be an interference, and I'm definitely not saying Roman's going to be fighting Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam, if Brock even decides to show up.
Well, they did say that he wasn't going to show up at SummerSlam, so who knows? Who knows? I don't know what's going on with Mr. Broccoli, but here in this house, we don't like broccoli very much.
Yes, we do not like broccoli. The man that holds the record for the longest title reign and the shortest title defenses. He broke 2 records in one shot.
I know, Sarah, there are some people who are going to disagree with us, but in this house, for our opinions, we do not like Brock Lesnar. We don't think he deserves the title right now.
Does not deserve it.
Especially when he keeps jumping out and doesn't do the job. So
I think somehow, some way, Roman's going to pull it out.
And there's going to be a lot of unhappy booers out there.
I do hope that Lashley does get an opportunity at Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, I would like to see Lashley and Brock Lesnar go for it and have him grab the title. That's really what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah. Well, okay, so we both agree on that one. Let me tell you the next match. And these are in no particular order, guys, so we're just breaking them down as how I remember it. But Alexa Bliss versus Nia Jax.
This fight, again, I'm really over them right now, their little drama ordeal going on. But it is good writing, let me say that right now. It is good writing. I like that.
Before you carry on, rumor has it that Miss Ronda Rousey has front row tickets to this event.
Oh, really? Where'd you hear that from?
You know, off the top of my head, I don't remember.
Interesting.
And it very well may be true. I should have investigated a little more, but since you brought it up, I'm telling you, whether or not it will sway your opinion or not, who knows? But carry on.
I really think that Nia Jax should win this one, and my prediction is that it'll sway towards Nia Jax. But if Ronda Rousey is involved, there very well could be a disqualification. That is probably going to happen. But I really think that it's going to sway towards Nia Jax's side. I think Nia Jax should keep.
I disagree with you on this one. I think Bliss is going to get the win, possible with an interference from Ronda. I don't know how. I think they want to play a little more on the Bliss running from Nia, cowering away, but still sneaking away with the title.
True. I can see that. I think Nia Jax needs to have that for a while.
Yeah, or get somebody else that could, step up. But Ronda is that woman.
I can see Ronda stepping in and then having a match between Nia and Ronda.
Yeah, but even Charlotte, when she comes back, maybe.
That too.
I'm sure Charlotte ain't scared how they would work that into a storyline. But I have Bliss for the win.
All right, well, I'm going to go for Nia.
Yeah?
Or disqualification.
I'll tell you what, next, let's talk about the steel cage match.
Ooh, this is going to be a fun one.
Well, for who?
For me. I like steel
Yes,
cage matches.
it might be fun for us, but
Kevin Owens is probably going to run like a little chicken with the tails between his legs, but
yes. Braun Strowman versus Kevin Owens locked inside a steel cage. How do you think this is going?
They're going to
down?
run in circles pretty much. I don't know.
He might get Braun tired.
I don't know. He might. Kevin Owens really does deserve a win on this one. He doesn't deserve a win on this one. Also, I mean, do you guys understand what I'm saying?
Well, Braun is one of the most over superstars, if you know what I'm talking about, in the WWE right now. He can pretty much do no wrong.
Well, he, in my opinion, should lose because he has the money in the bank. He could totally cash in anywhere else. So if Kevin has the title, there could be opportunities of Braun cashing in on a later fight, on that getting it back.
Yeah, I don't see Kevin getting the title anytime soon, and it just leads me to believe that I don't think he's going to cash in once Brock finally loses. I just don't know why Braun even has the money in the bank. Without some major interference, Braun is going to power slam him either through the ring or through the entire steel cage.
I bet you one side of the steel cage is going to come flying out. Just watch. That's usually a kind of a Braun fight anyway. Something gets damaged. So
I got Braun for the win.
I'm going to go for Kevin.
Wow. Okay.
That's the unpopular vote, but I'm going to go for that.
Here's another unpopular match. Let's talk about the Eaters of Worlds versus the B team for the tag team championship.
Are they trying to be like the A team?
You know, they are the best.
Pity the fool, pity the fool.
I see no way on God's green earth that the B team.
Well, it's kind of brown out there right now.
It is a little brown. Everything's all dry and dirty, but there is no possible way that the B team right now can win the championship. I don't see it happening, especially the way they've politely manhandled the Eaters of Worlds lately.
Well, I'm also not a fan of Bo and Curtis either. I just feel like this could be a time filler a little bit, so who knows?
Yeah, I see no way possible that the B team comes away with this, but you never know with WWE writing.
There could always be a twist. There's always a twist somewhere.
I do like Bo. I think Bo is underutilized.
He's very underrated, pretty much.
And Curtis, just for the fact that he is Mr. Perfect, Kurt Hennig's son.
I love Curtis.
Now, he was an Intercontinental Champion at one time, but, you know, that means nothing when it comes to excellence of deletion. So I do not see them winning this
I
title.
agree.
So B team loses.
Yeah, I'm going to go with you on that one. So let's talk about Seth Rollins and Dolph Ziggler, the Iron Man match.
A 30-minute Iron Man.
That's going to be a long match.
Why have we done this? I remember, like, in 1999, 8, somewhere in the early 90s, late 80s, when Triple H had an Iron Man match with The Rock. It was the one match that sold me on Hunter Hearst Helmsley, and it was an hour long.
Wow.
Why we're sticking to a 30-minute Iron Man match? Maybe because they couldn't do it and keep the crowd entertained for an hour. I don't know.
But when we went and watched Cody Rhodes, that was a 45-minute match, and that kept us entertained. So
yes,
it could be entertaining.
And what she is speaking to, guys, is the G1 special when
New
they came
Japan
to
Wrestling.
Yes, in New Japan Pro Wrestling, where the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes fought Kenny Omega. It was an absolute outstanding card.
Him doing the slam off the ladder, that was amazing.
That was very true. Yes, off that 12-foot ladder.
Yes.
Now, how I see it, that McIntyre won his match and is not barred from ringside. I do think he has a major role to be played in this. Somehow, some way, I think Dolph wins. Dolph's already had the title, though, so you say. Well, I do know he has. I'm not sure what having the Intercontinental title right now would do for Seth Rollins, because it could in essence, lessen his stock a little bit.
Pretty much, yeah. However, I'm swaying towards Seth Rollins on this one.
Oh yeah, okay.
At least at this fight.
To pull it through?
Yeah, I really think that Seth is going to win this
He's
one.
going to burn it down then.
Yep. Burn those
Okay.
bridges, baby.
Well, okay. Hey, we're going to find out if Dolph can even handle this Iron. I do got to throw a little shout out to Dolph because
Dolph is awesome, man.
Yes, Dolph is awesome. When we were at the No Mercy pay-per-view in Sacramento, California, when Dolph Ziggler won the title from The Miz, we were ringside and Dolph came up
and hugged our son Caden.
Who was actually wearing a Ziggler shirt.
Yeah, he was.
And so that is a very memorable moment. So
special day for us too.
Shout out to you, Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, what do you think about AJ Styles and Rusev? Rusev Day. Sorry, go ahead.
Wow.
Sorry.
I just, as much as Rusev Day has just been so infectious, without a lot of help from Aiden English, I do not see him taking the title yet from AJ Styles.
As much as WWE wants to say that they are for the audience and where the audience is going, they try to follow that. I see if they were going to follow what the WWE community wants, and they want AJ Styles to win. So I can see that AJ Styles is going to win this and retains.
He is big. I mean, you never know. I mean, in a couple days, depending on what happens, Rusev Day could just blow up. I don't know. We'll have to see what happens. That's a tough one to call.
It is a tough one to call, but I don't think Rusev's going to win this one. I'm swaying towards AJ Styles.
I definitely don't think that Rusev shouldn't. He has the true capability of being the title holder.
He's a great wrestler.
I just don't know if it'll be at this card yet.
Right. I agree.
Well, let's talk about some SmackDown for a minute. The Bludgeon Brothers being the SmackDown Tag Team Champions versus who?
Hell no. Kane and Daniel Bryan. I like saying that for some reason. I don't know why, but I like saying it like that. It's just pretty funny to me.
Yeah,
anyway.
I mean, it's been a little bit since we've seen Team Hell No. It's been a little bit since we've seen Kane.
Yeah, I'm glad that Kane's back. I'm glad that Hell No's back for a little bit. I don't know how long they're going to be back. My first thought is that they were going to be around for a while, but Ronnie and I did have a discussion on Kane maybe getting too old and might be retiring. So who knows how long Hell No...
Yes,
he's going to be around.
We do know Kane is old. If any of you saw the promo that came from SmackDown last week, how I see it, if Kane turns on Daniel Bryan, Team Hell No loses.
True.
If he doesn't turn, I don't know. I may have a problem with Team Hell No losing because they put so much stock into the persona of the Bludgeon Brothers.
They do.
It's going to be a tough one, but there is that chance that Kane may turn.
Do you really think it's going to be on this specific fight? I think they're going to win, and then he's going to turn. I think I can see it going that way. I don't know if it's going to be this specific fight where Kane turns, because they just came back. So I think it's going to linger a little bit, and then Kane turns, and then we'll see. I don't know. I could be completely 100% wrong, but I feel like that this specific fight, they may win this one.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, enough of Hell No.
Hell no.
Let's talk about the champion Carmella versus challenger Asuka. But with that being said, James Ellsworth is going to be
in the cage,
a shark cage high above the ring.
Yeah, Carmella and No Chain Man. I think they're going to have something in store, like a little cheat or something's going to happen.
Well,
because that's the way they've always been, is kind of a cheat. So they may bring something up in the shark cage. Who knows?
Yeah, it wouldn't have been the first time something has magically fell off the shark cage.
True.
or somebody escaping the shark cage. I think I'm going to use the next match also to finish this discussion.
Before you do, though, my prediction, I think Asuka's going to win, only for the fact that I want to see Carmella have a tissy fit like a 2-year-old and scream and cry and throw her tissy fit like she always does in the ring.
That would be interesting. I'm going to say Asuka wins. I do think James Ellsworth is going to interfere, but if Asuka loses, because nobody is ready for Asuka, and if she loses, her stock is going to drop so much.
I believe it. Yeah, I agree.
And
I think I'm going to predict that Asuka's going to win this one.
Yeah, I do believe Ellsworth will interfere, but yeah, Asuka has to win. Now, I don't want to quickly get off of this subject, but the next match we want to talk about kind of ties into this a little bit. When we're talking about stock, okay, and this is for the U.S. title.
Right.
That is owned right now by Jeff Hardy versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Now, if Shinsuke loses this, I'm going to give you my pick to start, and then we'll talk about it. I have to go with Shinsuke.
Okay.
And the reason why is because you might as well send him to NXT. You might as well put him at the bottom of the totem pole. If he loses this, he's already had his matches with AJ Styles. Now he's moved on to Jeff Hardy. I love Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy deserves us to stay the champion, but he's fighting Shinsuke Nakamura.
When you put it that way, it kind of almost changes my mind because Shinsuke does need to win this. He does need to win this. I would love to see Jeff Hardy retain, but now that you put it that way, I really think that Shinsuke may take it from him.
Yeah,
you put it makes a lot of sense that you put it that way.
He could be done if he does not somehow, some way he needs to win this.
I can't see him being done. I mean, he just started, really being featured.
I think his stock will be so down, just like Asuka's.
Right.
She was nobody's ready for her, and she had the beautiful undefeated streak. And yes, they picked the only woman worthy enough, I guess, at that time to beat her, or that could beat her, and which is Miss Charlotte. They played that perfectly.
They did.
I
that was a
picked
good
it wrong.
storyline.
I picked it wrong. I wanted Charlotte
I remember
to win,
that.
but
I remember that.
I'm glad she did. So let's hope Shinsuke's stock doesn't drop dramatically,
right,
and he pulls this off.
Right.
Now, are you in the mood for pancakes?
I want some pancakes so bad.
Let's talk about the New Day.
New Day. New Day rocks. New Day rocks.
Versus Sanity in a tag team tables match.
Ooh, this one's going to be so exciting. I would love to see a lot of tables involved in this one.
Sanity is quite crazy, but they are the new kids on the block. If you want to call it like that, even though they have more hair on their chest than the new kids ever would in their entire life.
Very true. I bet you they still don't have any hair on their chest now that they're 40
I do have a confident prediction on this one.
Okay.
And number one, Sanity being sort of new, they kind of need this win. But if Nikki Cross shows up, yes, if Nikki Cross
she may show up. That
shows
would be really
up,
cool.
Sanity wins.
Okay, so I could see that happening, but I don't see it happening at Extreme Rules. I think, in my opinion, I think that New Day is going to take the win, and maybe Nikki Cross might show up for the next following SmackDown and want to do a rematch. Maybe for a title. I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah, so who knows? I am always a huge New Day fan. I've always been. I think they're funny, they're silly, they're amazing people. We've got to meet them, and they're just so... I think I'm drawn to the New Day just because we personally have been able to chat with them. So I am going to go for New Day. I don't know about Sanity yet. I really haven't watched too many matches of theirs, so I don't have an opinion on that. So I'm just kind of swaying towards New Day. So, but, however, it would be cool to see Nikki Cross show up.
Yes, I am also with you on the fact that New Day is amazing. I love everything about them, except for the fact that every 2 weeks they come out with a new shirt I want to buy, and I can't afford
They're
it.
like the biggest marketing on for WWE. Oh my gosh, I know, we love their clothesline for sure.
But I am just picking Nikki Cross to show up to interfere so that Sanity wins.
And you're pretty confident in this.
And it still leaves New Day's stock way up there.
Okay. Well, yeah, they're always going to be way up there forever. So
now, but we have and it could do a whole lot for Nikki Cross's stock, maybe just coming up on the roster. Maybe. Now she's a crazy woman.
Crazier than me. I'm just saying.
So I mean, it really could. Her not coming up to the main roster yet, but coming up now. Who knows what the WWE has planned? They've done some crazy things before, so let's hope Nikki shows up and Sanity gets to win. And last but certainly not least, and like I said, these were in no specific order, so we just chose them how I thought of them, and it is Constable Baron Corbin versus
Finn Balor. Now listen, I am a huge Finn Balor fan, especially when he was the Demon. I wish he would go back to the Demon, but you'll have to excuse us. My dog is wanting outside. She's going to be in the background. Ronnie's going to go let her out while I explain my prediction. My prediction is Finn Balor, but it's such a toss-up because it can go either way for this fight. It really can. I don't think Corbin's going to win just because he's Constable, just because he has a job to do for Stephanie McMahon. And that is how I feel about this, is I think that Corbin is going to lose because of that specific ordeal.
Yeah, I don't disagree. It is a very hard toss-up. Corbin, yes, being the Constable, if you want to say a part of the Authority, his stock doesn't go down really because of the position he's in.
Right.
Balor, on the other hand, has never had a good track record with fighting guys 2 or 3 times his size.
He is kind of a smaller guy,
he's not good, and Corbin is a very large man.
And this could be the time where he can prove himself to a bigger man. Kind of like the David and Goliath ordeal.
But
Who
that's
knows?
true. And that's part of the reason why I personally believe he hasn't got his contractual, if you want to say, rematch since he never lost the Universal Championship. But part of that's because he doesn't stand a chance against our favorite person, Broccoli. So because he doesn't stand a chance, that's why I don't think he's got it. So
right.
I think Corbin stays the same if he loses. Balor, if he loses, his stock drops tremendously.
Yeah, I'm going to go for a prediction that Balor's going to win this one.
How? I don't know. I am excited to see. Or maybe it'll just, he wins by DQ. I'm going to call that right now.
DQ?
He wins by DQ.
What if, just hearsay, because this is the way my brain thinks, what if Stephanie McMahon shows up and says something? What if? Because he's Constable, right?
I might even get tears in my eyes. I would be
don't know.
so ecstatic.
Sometimes my brain writes WWE some scripts for them. Of course, it'll never happen, but my brain sometimes comes up with these things like what ifs, and I would like to push that out there. What if? You never know. You never know. Stephanie has made surprise appearances before, and she may have an opinion on the fight. And
yeah, and who knows? It could bring Triple H. He definitely needs to get prepared for an upcoming match that he's going to have this.
That's exciting.
Yes,
I'm so excited with Undertaker. Woohoo!
So, hey guys, there you have it. Our predictions for 2018's WWE Extreme Rules pay-per-view. Make sure you subscribe to this, and remember to check out my YouTube channel, Ronnie Mainville. I have some WWE stuff up there. I have some DIYs. I want to say a special thanks to my beautiful wife, Melody, for joining me on this podcast, as we love to talk WWE and break it down. So please remember to hit that button And until next time.
Bye, guys.